NBC29 forecast.
Hey, there is the view here from Carter Mountain as we look off to the west. What a beautiful day. The sun now setting at 6:25, and we're just 2 weeks out from the time change as standard time will resume. A cold start this morning for most of us. This was our coldest morning of the autumn season thus far. Upper 20s to low 30s across much of the region. Here in the city about 38, but again, we'll be certainly with frost and freeze conditions early for Tuesday morning once again. 65 currently at the airport, touching 69 for a high today. A light southerly wind, air mass very dry. It was 65 for the high at the Valley Airport after morning lows in the upper 20s. And as we take a look at some of the other readings across the region at this hour, 64 there in Orange, 58 in Palmyra, 60 there in Livingston, 63 in Stanton, and temperatures are set to chill down once again tonight. Now the growing season is considered officially over for points west of the Blue Ridge. Areas off to the east, well, once you have that widespread frost and freeze conditions, the advisories, warnings no longer issued until the springtime. But certainly if you have a house plant or something outdoors that you wish to protect, certainly do so. And we're expecting temperatures here by morning in the mid to lower 30s across the region, lower 30s out to the west, even some upper 20s. A nice rebound with the temperatures here for your Tuesday afternoon, most of us in the low 70s, so milder. And speaking of milder, we're going to go well above average as we go through the rest of this week. Temperatures will be going up and not down this week, and the morning lows will come up as well. So after a cold start tomorrow morning, really won't have to worry about any frost freeze conditions possibly until next month. But we'll be flirting with 80 on Thursday and maybe even more so warmer by this weekend. Well, over the last 2 weeks, there's been some shallow earthquakes in and around the Stewart-Straft area of Augusta County. The latest one occurring this afternoon, shortly after 5 o'clock. 2.2 on the Richter scale, a USGS survey showing that. And then these are the previous ones. This one happened Sunday, October the 15th. This is in the White Hill Road area of Stewart-Straft. Another one occurred yesterday afternoon. That was around 4:19. That was a 2.4 in magnitude. So some activity there, seismic activity in and around the Stewart-Straft area. We've got high pressure building in from the west here for tonight, and that surface area of high pressure is basically going to be at play for the next several days. But higher up in the atmosphere, we're going to have a ridge build. So the combination of those two really going to promote the warmth in here as we go through the rest of the week. There's a winter storm that'll be unfolding here across the Cascades and Northern Rockies, just the beginning of this. And so colder air out west, warmer air building in the east, and the clash of the air masses kind of in between. So for us here in the east this week, it'll be all about the warm up. You can see some of the warmth here across the midsection of the country. That'll get kind of shunted in our direction here over the next several days. So as we look at the jet stream, the troughiness is pulling out. A ridge starts to build. Again, the trough's out west, so there's your colder air. But we've got temperatures that'll be well above average as we go into the into the 70s and even to the 80s here as we go through the rest of this week. So in the morning, a cold start, frost and freeze conditions. We'll see those afternoon highs tomorrow quite pleasant in the low and mid 70s. And then Wednesday morning, not quite as cold, still a chill. And then by Wednesday afternoon in the mid to upper 70s. Tonight we're in the 30s, frost and freeze conditions. There's a look at the Michael and Son 7-day forecast. Look at that, Casey and Steve. Temperatures on the way up big time this week with temperatures near record territory, especially as we get closer toward this weekend. If we break out into the middle 80s, may not see our next cold front through here until Halloween. So that's the last day of the month.
Hope you didn't put the shorts away. Thanks, Eric.
Thank you so much. And remember,